Today we're going to make a quick and easy sword cover for Amtgard. This fits Omniblade swords and is pretty easy to make. So to begin, you're going to need a piece of fabric. Cotton works well. Any of these light fabrics on your sword do not weigh it down, and nothing extremely rough that could abrade your opponent and maybe cut their skin, whatever. I selected cotton. This is Kona brand, and it's in this cool maroon color.
Now to find the dimensions of the cloth, you'll want to find the circumference. So we do this by taking the diameter times pi, and then we're going to add 1 for a seam allowance on the blade. If you're using a non-round blade, just take the diameter at the longest point. To find the length, just measure the length of your blade and add 4 inches.
Once you have the fabric cut out, you're going to fold over the short ends together to make what I would like to call like a sleeve. This is the circular part of your cover that goes around the side of the blade. Now take this so-called sleeve to your sewing machine and just do a straight stitch down the side with a 1/2 inch seam allowance. I like to back sew into my stitches to lock it in, and this is pretty much the simplest thing you can do in sewing. So just straight down, get those edges together, and form this circular tube. This next step is similar to when you hang dress pants. You're going to push in one side and pinch an end, and push in the other side and pinch an end on the end of your tube. My hand's kind of in the way here, so it's hard to see, but once you do this and pinch it together, you'll see how it is. Alright, now take the folded tip and put it in the sewing machine. Same thing as before, 1/2 inch allowance, and just sew straight across. This will form a pleat in the sword cover, which will prevent it from forming dog ears that can catch on players when you're swinging. It also looks pretty nice.
Now flip the sword cover right side out and then slide it onto the blade of your sword. We'll begin taping down in a moment.
So I just taped the cover down using electrical tape at the base of the foam that forms the sword blade. This is a pretty easy method to do it. It doesn't take much effort, and it's pretty clean too. Just cut off the excess cover from under the tape, clean it up. You can do the same method on this little bit here and make a cover for the pommel as well. I like to finish up the build using cloth tape on the handle. It gives good grip. It covers the ends of the sword cover, and just generally makes everything clean, tidy, and ready to go. So that's it. Everything's sewn, the cover's on and adhered to the blade, and you're ready to swing.